Hey yo, hey yo, 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 hello, hello, everyone. Hopefully there are people in Twitch chat. I need to pull that. Actually, no, I can see it. I can see it, but for whatever reason, I can see it on my OBS extension. But when I try to put Twitch into my actual web browser, it is not coming up. Mobile app's working though, so at least we have that going for us. Easy, I had to mute the microphone there for a second. We are gonna just chill and do some more City Skylines Airport project work today. And as you can see, I've done some work in between streams yet again. But I think it was worth doing in between because it was pretty boring. It was a lot of mathematical angle kind and measurement kind of things. But yeah, as you can see, the biggest change now is that we have our taxiways. We have our taxiways on the screen here. You can see this area here now we actually have finalized where how much space we have to work with for our terminal here. If I pull up here, where's the if I go to let me pull up the plan again. Our little airport plan. Here it is. We can put the two side by side right here. So comparing it to the plan there, you could see I've actually figured out how to map the taxiways, not only just the ones parallel to the runways, but the actual like ones down here that are like if you stop with enough, say if you stop quickly enough, you can take one of these two exits over here. Let me talk a little bit more about how I did that. I've done it for these two down here. For all of these runways, I had another how many 200 meters. Yeah, so around 300 meters from the base, but around 200 meters from the actual entrance to the runway. Because most runways, when I looked at that, they had another off ramp at around that distance. And then I did a lot of angle work to make those angles the same down there. And as you'll see, they're not exactly spaced the same amount apart down here. I spaced these two a little further out so that they could match up with these runways. Sorry, these taxiways here. But I fear I'm overcomplicating things too much. Today, what we're mainly going to do is work on these two runways. Hold on, which direction is this? This is south. This will be 18. Runways 18 left and right, and runways 36 left and right. These are what we're going to work on today. And I'm going to do a lot of saving in between. I'm going to do a lot of saving just because I want to do some time lapses. And I tried to do a time lapse from last time, but when I found I put it into the editor, it was just the recording was just really choppy. So what I'm hoping to sort of do is instead of like fully seeing exactly what I'm doing and trying to condense that down to like 1 frame per minute or whatever, we just have I'll do a cinematic camera transition between different saves. So I should actually save right now as we'll do 18. We'll go start of stream. There we go. And save game has finished. All right. let me start back up. Start the Danganronpa music back up, and I actually left my water bottle outside. I left my water bottle outside. Let me go get that, and then we'll start, and I'll show you a little bit more about what these things are for over here. And you may have noticed that over there, that over here. I'll talk more about my process, and we'll get going in just a second. Let's start the music. Oh, great! We're starting with like bad music, bad discovery music. Cool. Be right back. Hi. Also, probably gonna post about this later, but Steam Detective Fest is on, so there are a lot of and it feels really, it's very unfortunate that the detective streamer who wants to get a lot of detective games, it's unfortunate that that sale is coming on right as like I'm about to like right as I'm about to actually like pay people for VTuber models and backgrounds and stuff. That is very bad timing. But anyways, let's get to work. This actually doesn't fit the vibe. Let's do. Will this? Uh, hold on. Okay. Okay. Here. Sure. Sure. Let's try. No, no. I feel like that's a little bit too. I was trying to find a good point in the soundtrack. You know what? Let's do. Um. Let's see one video. Um. One hour kind of what do you? Okay. Let's try this. Okay. Cool. 1 hour. Yeah. Actually, now I feel like the rain sound effects are a little much. Maybe this is extended. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I know we have this in the in the soundtrack already, but anyways, let's look at our 36 left and 36 right here. Um, so one thing I've done, actually, no, we'll just focus on this for now. What I've done here is I've used the road builder mod. Um, Control Shift B. I've made two roads in order to measure certain distances. So now, before when I was sort of approximating 60 meters, now I have an exact specification for what is 60 meters wide. So the first thing that we're gonna do is wait. That's the wrong thing. Here we go. Go to our surfaces. Go to our. Yeah, I believe we are just using our marina surfaces for. Oh, is that just sort of like a blue concrete kind of thing? Yeah, that's a blue concrete. I don't really want to use that for a runway. Add surfaces to the demolition. Um, yeah, we are just using pavement surface one for our. And let me sort of pull that over here. Yeah, okay. I do believe that is exactly the same. So, but anyways. It's still probably a good idea because now we have now. Okay, we should still take. I'll turn anarchy on. Uh, yeah, we should still pull the. Yeah, we can still pull this up. Pull that up. Cool. And what that does, yep, that gives us exactly 60 meters. So, with that in mind, what we will do is, and the reason why I'm doing this, even though we already have this on top of it, is, if we ever want to get, um, if we ever want to use a different one, if we ever want to use a different surface for our runway or whatever, um, we have the tools to do that. Hold okay, so I have to be a little careful because that the geometry of the road kind of curves in to match that. I have to, yeah, go. It's not here. It's here. And then when we go 90, ooh, yeah, actually, that isn't exact. So I think what I will do is we'll go here. Yeah, so this is exactly, yeah, that is exactly 60. And we'll drag it back. 90. Go all the way back. And complete the surface. Now we drag, yep, 180. Yeah, because there we go. Yep. We have that. Okay. Perfect. So now we can demolish. Yeah, now we can just get rid of that and that. I mean, we can pretty much get rid of, well, most of these. I still have use for this, but yeah, we can get rid of you. We can get rid of you. So what this allows us to do now is figure out. There you go. Our grass landscape. There you go. So we have a couple of different ones to work with. But I think we either want to use the vanilla grass or the plain one, or theoretically you could do synthetic, but not really. Um, we probably either want to do vanilla terrain grass, which looks like that. Yeah, that looks very similar. Or we do Sully's plain grass. That doesn't really look too different, which I suppose is a good thing. You know what? I think Sully's is actually, this one is actually sort of closer to the color that's used, and we have area bucket to replace surfaces later if we want. So we have this. We come up to, yes, right here. Yep, and there we go. Go all the way over. Oops, I didn't. I did not delete these guys. Yes. Yeah, let's try again. New area. Ooh, it's going a little bit different, but oh yeah, because there's a road right here. Yeah, yeah, I forgot to say we get rid of these roads, and that helps us. Uh, New area. I don't actually know which one it's wanting, but doesn't matter too much since it's very small. Although that one seems to be aligned to the road, so we'll go for that one. Bring it all the way over. And you bring it back. And now that appears like that, but now what we do is area bucket. We replace. Ooh. Oh, interesting. Is it only gonna. Okay, you know what? Let's not have area bucket on. We drag that over here. Oh, is this? Oh, that's. Oh, I accidentally dragged out the whole runway. Well, I'm glad we saved. Actually, that could be really good. That could actually be really good. We retexture. That's actually a really cool technique that I didn't even think of. Is you just retexture the runway and then you draw over it with the thing. So, although one thing I do want to do is just to make sure that you can do like do the actual taxiways. So that's something I should confirm, which you would do by going in here. Let's say just this tile, and we do it like, and we draw. Yeah, we draw it like, yeah, let's just say like a sand surface. We draw it here, we draw it here, we draw it here. Okay, that will go under. If I replace it, I assume if I replace this with grass, will it go over? Okay, it will. And then if I replace this with asphalt one, okay, cool. Yeah. So that's how we'll do it. This is exactly how we'll do it. It will work. And you know what? That is so awesome. And now this actually gives me a good opportunity to look at how the grass looks at a large scale. So let's replace this with the vanilla grass. Yeah, that is very dark. And that's brighter. I want to go with the brighter one. So that is what we will do. Unfortunately, all of them sort of have that white outline, but yeah, his synthetic grass is just bright green. Okay. Oh, that's the dark one that I don't want. I want the Sully plain grass. Da 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 da. It is now time to draw over. Actually, you know what? You know what? This is a good save. This is actually a really good save for the time lapse. We'll replace both of them. Go. 19 will say grass. Doo doo. Doo 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 doo. Da 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 da. Right. Those are going on top of the runway. Yep, and this is exactly 60 meters across. So now we'll do the same thing over here. Alrighty. And now what we will do is, yep, grab our pavement surface 1, and we go to the corners. Oh, it's still in replace mode. That is my bad. We do this here, this here. Oh, okay. Good. We're still able to draw this out, and I don't have to switch the tool. That is nice. Right? Right, and we drag this to make a 180-degree thing. 180 degrees. Hold on. Go. Zero, hello. Hi. We're doing this is a big ol' airport project um as you can see. We are currently laying down these two runways over here. Oh, whoa. I don't know why I zoomed out that much, but this is sort of like a practice run, but this is really like the first full thing of it. But good to see you. Glad that you decided to pop on by. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good time. Go like this. That. Go. Oh, that actually goes her down a little bit. Okay, that might be why I was getting a little interesting. 180 here. All right. Now we can delete oh, those. All right. And Same for over here. Okay. There we go. That is the next step is number 20 is pavement. So that is our first step. Now I guess the question is, do we want to separate, do we want to just do our taxiways now, or do we want to do our markings first? Um let me think. I kind of wanted to Yeah, I kind of want to do the taxiways. I think that yeah, because you need those little side markers for the runway anyways. So, or at least we can at least measure where yeah, these lines will go. So what I think we can do is, if I remember correctly, the taxiways were about like 45 meters wide. So I think what we do is um yeah, we can go, yeah, 24 times 2 is 48. That'll work. And we just do 32. So because you have -4 on this side, -4. Yep, 64. Oh, that's 64 minus 8. That is 52. That is not right. We do we actually go 24. We actually go 24. Yeah, okay. So that's not gonna necessarily cut it either unless the surface is like the middle. Yeah, the middle is not. Okay, then okay, here's what we do. We default back to our old trick. We go here and here to get an extra 4. And now when you measure it, oh, that is 56 now. Oh, no, but I'm measuring from the middle. So when I measure from here to here to here is 48. Yep. Okay, perfect. So what I'm gonna do is we grab this again, but this time let's take a look at our options. So we're not gonna do the same. Oh, ah, that is very similarly colored. Uh, that's very similar. We do the replace feature. Yeah, 'cause that's very bright. What? Oh wait, no, we have all the concrete the packs. Yeah, we have okay. We have airport tiles, something like that. But that's more for like the actual like stands, I think. Let me pull up. I was gonna try not to pull up Google Earth, but today, but let me actually do just that. I don't think those little square things really apply to the whole um taxiways. Yeah, yeah, they're definitely different from what I can see. Um, this maybe. Yeah, I don't like having that as a very visible tile. That could work. That okay, so that's one. Concrete 15 could work. This concrete surface 2. We got concrete 1. Vanilla pavement. That I think we do concrete 15. Because when you compare, because I'm looking like runway, comparing it to the actual side taxiway. Yeah, this definitely looks accurate enough. Hold on, if I compare it to concrete 11, yeah, that is a bit too much like texture. Oh, so hide all road vanilla markings. We'll draw only on the ground. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go for concrete 15 for now. So let's get rid of that. And we're gonna draw 24 and do the old replacement trick. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side just to make absolutely sure. Then when you measure it from the inside with like this, that goes out to 48. Okay, perfect. So, all right. Cool. So, we go here. We grab the concrete. No longer replacing. We're snapping. And now go like that. Okay. Yeah, I need to see it be exact. Okay, that snapped into place. That'll go over the thing, but under the runway. That's what I want. And yep. Okay. Now we line this up with. Okay, now I can't really see that. You know what? Okay. We're just gonna anarchy this and do that. Here's the node. There we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum-bum. Okay, you know what? You know what I think that's gonna do? That's gonna actually make it very hard to see where I want my markings to go. So we're gonna do that step later. But that's very helpful to know. So I will just do that and that. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is draw that across. And that is where forgot why I had my things because that was 35 and that was for the runway marking that was what that was for. Okay. So let's get our, oh yeah, now we have this exact thing here. So we go runway, or actually no, we go airport. Here we go. Now we have our markings. Yeah, our threshold bar will come a little bit later, actually. Our threshold bar will come after we have our line down. Actually, oh wait, no, we do that now. We do that now. Um, that gives us street lights. That doesn't give us a center. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We can. You know what? We can. Yeah, we'll just do our old trick again. We'll do the trick again. We will go for this, and we replace. Perfect. And same thing on the other side. Place with a 2-lane road, which I then replace right in the middle. Now, when we go for our runway line, we should have a match on the corner. Well, we don't, but we can pretty much, at least we can pretty much approximate it. I thought we would have snapping. Um, can I use platter? Can I use the platter tool to like force the zoning to be where I want it? How do I enable platter? Control P, shift control P, shift control P. Okay, that's actually, I can see why that was bugged. Uh, Control Alt P maybe. Okay, Control Alt P. Okay. The whole thing with this is that we delete it after. Um, it is sort of necessary, but and then you can delete the whole. Because right now you can't save it. Can I please delete? Remove. Um. Okay. Okay. I can use that. That is the tool that I would need to use to delete it. But if I do that now, and I have the runway line, and it snaps to the grid. No, that unfortunately will not work. So let us delete that. At least we have a good approximation. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, percent of three. Nice. Okay, just skip to that. Thank you, YouTube. Let us, yeah, we'll just use this as an approximation. Oh, that's the center line. That's not, I want this. Yep, you have that. Da, da, da. All right. Hmm. Yeah, that started out fine on this side. They're separate. Why do they, when they come over here though, why is that okay? Interesting. Maybe, maybe I just measured that wrong. That's the only thing I can really think of. So we go here. Yeah, it is getting narrower. So, all right, let's. Yeah, because this is 64. Huh. Do 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 do. Yeah, except yeah, that's 64. Why is that 64? And then we have this over here. It's 60. Why is that the case? If I measure that over here, that's 64. That's also 64. So I just got that wrong when I first laid those down. Yeah. Hold on. So, well, at least that tells me to check the other ones, but let's do um um will this be good at midnight? Oh yeah, this is a really good one. This is a really good song. Just background track. Bum, bum, da. Okay, so let's load back from grass because our pavement thing was wrong. I don't like having to undo progress, but oh well. Oh, interesting. On this side, yeah, if I measure here to here, yeah, it's 60. Yeah, the center lines on this actually don't. Yeah, they match up here and they match up here. Then what happened here? What happened on this side? They're not the same. They're not the same road. They're not the same road. Um, we replace. Okay, so when we do this line here, yeah, okay, that is center with this. When I do this, that is center with that. Okay, good to know. So I can just replace them centrally. Place them at the center. And when we go in here and we do our little measuring, and we have everything turned off. We measure it. Yeah, it is 60. Do 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 do. Gotta snap to that and snap to 90. All right. Now we go to pavement. Now we do our actual. Now we actually have it correctly. So bring it here. Yeah, and our 90 degrees are right. Our 90 degrees are right, and that is very good to see. Please let us delete Evergreen Lane. Please. Is it because I have two on this side? Oh, I had it. I had it. It's there. It's there. Okay. There we go. That is actually a 60-meter wide runway this time. And now we do the same thing over here. Oh, this one actually won't be right because that guide won't be right because I'm using these as guides. But last time I only had like two. I didn't have a right and a left to deal with. If you don't understand that, you'll see what I mean soon. There we go. Runway's actually completed this time. Goodness, goodness. Um, good job, me. Uh, runway's totally finished. Yeah, incredible. I am the most organized in the world. That's right. That's what you get on this Twitch and YouTube channel here. You get the most organized experience possible. Anyways, let's actually save this as pavement. Overwrite. Yes. And now we do our center. Now we do our actual outline. We turn on our snapping. We replace with the 2 lane. And we go for the middle. And we bring that up. Four. Set up. Airport runway. Right. There we go. Yeah. Perfect. That actually looks like a runway. Good job, me. That actually looks like a runway. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. Mm. Hydration. before. Please turn that off. Turn that back on again. Did I delete those? I did. I'm gonna have to do that again for the other side. Oh well. Right. Look here. Alrighty. There we go. And I'll just delete it, because why not? I'll save this as outline. I doubt this will go in the time lapse, but okay. We've saved. Next thing we're gonna do, put down our markings. Our threshold, right? Actually, let's do our threshold bar. Can I rotate this? Okay, now I'm gonna have to do my mouse scroll wheel a little bit. You know what? What if I just do two runway lines and make that sort of a threshold bar? If I do that, that'll be offset. And then, yeah, I can just use move it to put it in the right place. And then we do this, and then we do another. We just do another runway threat thing there. Can I guess not, because that's overlapping it. So fortunate. Also, doesn't look like I could delete it. Um, that's not good. Oh wait, I can turn off surfaces. That is still turn off. Would it be in net lanes? Yeah, remove net lanes, I think. Yeah, because I zoom out. Yeah, because you can see it going blue. Okay. How about I go threshold bar now? There we go. I got okay. I actually got it to a thing I'm happy with. We'll just clean that up with some white markings later. Um, we go threshold bar. Now that I actually have it in like the right rotation, I want to do our markings now so we don't lose them. Let's keep our tool remover on. We remove that. We just move that into place. All right. There we go. Our threshold is right there. How far away did we put it? I forgot what it was. Yeah, that seems about right. Maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, a little bit more room. There we go. Yeah, like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, luckily these are the same both way around. So I don't need to rotate them. All right. Okay, those look good. Again, I'm going to save it. I don't think I'll use this save. Threshold. All right, this is what I used the uh, thing for. Yeah, 96 to know where I put my letters. So I think I can just do straight, and I used the dirt to measure. So this we use our Romeo here. Yeah, and I can just measure by go. Cow. Any other if I I don't think I can remove that road now, so can I select it and move it? I can, and I can drag that over there and I can remove it later. So, oh wait, no, I wanted to remove it now. So I just drag that over there, and I delete. Okay, perfect. This is how we solve problems here. Um, I think we'll do the same thing, except this time we're gonna align it to the bottom. This is 3-6, right? This is 3-6. And our road will go there. Yeah, yeah, that should be moved up, I think. Okay, this is why I have Google Earth open. So I can check how these numbers are spaced out are way closer together than that. So I think we go center line and we move it up to like the center. And actually, no, we move it to the dirt. We move to the dirt thing here. Let's actually continue this road a little bit. And we'll do the same just trick of moving it out of the way. We can do it there like that. Now that still seems a little far. Let's do it like this. Yeah. Okay. That works. That fucking works. So, cool. Let's do the same thing over here. Prep that. Let's also just check that we can remove that first of all. That is 32 meters. Uh, we just move it out of the way like that. There we go. Yep. 3-6 right. Perfect. Is that still a little close? Yeah, we'll go with it. This is what we will do. We will go with it. 3-6 right. Just like that. And this is 3-6 left. And I will set up how about we set up the scaffolding for the rest of it? Uh and we can sort of include the scaffolding in a save. That would be cool. Showing the time lapse so that we know how I'm actually doing this. And this is 32. Scaffolding. Do 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 do. Oh, wait, no, you haven't been able to hear the audio the whole time. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. That is on me. There we go. We love knowing how to use technology. We love it like family. We really do. Okay. Let's do same thing. Oh wait, no, we do it. It was down here that we did it, right? Yeah, it was down here. We go 3. This is, where's our L? We need to find the L. Somebody, please, we need to take the L. We're begging for it. Can you not hear us? Okay. Okay. Let me hydrate. Okay. Alright, precise rotation. Going all the way around. This right here. Runway 18 right. Gonna be the whole thing we deal with the 1 is gonna be a little challenging. What I think we maybe do is we do that on the center. Maybe to sort of simulate that doesn't look spaced out enough. If I do it like this. Okay, no, okay. From the runway that I'm actually, from the one that, oh wait, okay. I'm looking at like because FBS Airport is looked at it. I'm also looking at SFO right now, and 19 left and 19 right are different. 19 left know what to do. We have move it. When we have move it, we can do, yeah, and then you have that. You find the center. Yeah, there you go. I don't know why that took me so long to think of, but there you go. All right. Ooh, little crackle for the music. Did it switch on to another track? Oh, that that is actually something. I'm not sure if that's copyrighted or whatever. Let's go to this. I think that, yeah, that's not enough. How about we do, what's another good soundtrack that doesn't get copyrighted? How about Uh, there you go. Okay, bring that down here. Wee Sports Resort. All right. I used the R again. That's not what I want. I want that L, baby. Gimme, 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 yum, yum, yum. Oh, I put that in the wrong. I put my guide in the wrong spot. All right. Left. Okay, yeah, we do the same thing here. We do because now we need to draw the runway center line. Do 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 over here. Oh, and I deleted the scaffolding here, so how far up is that? That is 120. So the length of a blast pad. Scaffolding 2, the sequel, Scaffolding. Yeah, let's go and get that. There we go, runway dash. That's what we want. We go here to, oh, that's where the runway is. That's where the plane's gonna land. Maybe, is it possible to move that? You know what, maybe, I'm not gonna redo it again, but maybe the actual best way to do a runway on this is to have, yeah, I think the best way to do it with this mod is to like calculate what the distance between like the actual like optimal landing point, and then calculate the distance between the landing point and between landing points instead of the actual overall runway distance. That is actually probably the best way to do it. But anyways, we're not here. Unfortunately, it's like I've put in too much work. Like I'm not gonna redo this. There we go. Well, interesting that it's like, I bet it's just because of all the roads that it's kind of lumpy, but we'll get it back. Right, and now we go over here. We bring it back down. Take it off. Nice, okay, and we have our dashes. Perfect. -25 dashes 1. Do 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 do. Let's delete all of these roads. Can I not select this road anymore because I put 3.6 over it? Okay, wait, no, filters. Turn off decals. There we go. And that means we can also get rid of that. Can we delete that? Still looks a bit odd, but that's okay. The goal is not for it to look perfect. The goal is for this is for it to function. Whoa. Why did that move me all the way around? It's funny that like has like an extra dash to it. Okay. Now we have this. And that looks very good, if I am to say so myself. Alright, now what we do is we add the actual markings. I forgot the distance. Luckily, they are a regular distance from each other. Yes, it is There we go. Found the thing. That's just a cropped image. Ugh. 300, 150, 150. Okay. Yeah, so it is 150 meters between most of them, and it's 300 meters for the actual thing. I also have Google Earth, which I forgot about. Anyways, you have from the start of our runway here. Yep, 150, and then you go 150, and then you go. Yeah, it is just 150 between all of them. So that is what we are gonna do. Oh yeah. And then we have 144. And we have a road for that. We have a road for that, I believe. This is 20-meter runway measuring. I believe. Is it like do we center it here? I forgot if this is how you do it or not. But I made a road for this. Yeah, if I toggle snapping off and I go here and I measure it to here, no, 146. Okay, the middle of that is 150. So that is correct. That is how I do it. Okay, so unfortunately, I delete this for now because I have measurements to do. 144, same process. Place, and then it's just 150. 4. Four. How many is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it looks like. It's crossing with another runway, so just have one there. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 3. Here, you'll understand what I'm talking about when you see it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is definitely getting a measurement. Say a space on the time lapse. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Well, the same thing going on over here. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Guess I'm gonna have to do that for now. Nope. I'm an idiot. That. Way over there. That's 1, 2, 3. Four. Five. I'm not sure I measured that correctly. Okay, I did. Okay. Alrighty. And now we do the same thing over here. We'll do it on this side because there actually won't be any interruptions. Four. Don't you just love me here saying numbers over and over again? Save numbers. 1-8 right. 144. 3-6 left. It's the most fun one could possibly have. Oop. I don't want to use a parking lot road there. That's not my goal. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 2 more. All right, now we go across. Do. Yeah, I think I will move the 1.8 eventually. But I think this means that I'll start it on this side and then finish on that side. Although I think because those two runways and these two runways end so much closer together, I think we'll have to go the other way when we do the short or whatever. Or two more. And then we can actually start laying those down. Right, and now we track across. That is not my. I don't know how I did that. But whoopsies. Okay, it's holding down the button. How does one do that? I certainly don't know, but apparently I did it. All right. Let us. First of all, let me. It is. Yeah, it will be right on the middle of those. 26. Marking scaffolds. All right. Let's get our. No, okay, touchdown zone 3. Move it, and that is in the exact center. That is right where we want it. Go. Positioned a little weirdly with those dashes there, but it's okay. Runways are not built for aesthetics. They're built that planes can land safely. Go. Go. And here. All right. Now the actual aiming point. This is where pilots are aiming to touch down. This is in, like, they want their wheels to touch the ground in alignment with this big white bar. That is their goal. That is like the perfect spot. Nice, airplane passing overhead. Soon, those planes will actually be landing here. Hopefully, at least. Hopefully. Alright. Go. Let me actually check this because I didn't use the move it tool with that, I don't think. Me. Drink some more water. Go. Now, we do two at a time. We have these, we have two little markings. It's really helpful that the airport runway dashes are the same width as the center circle for Move It. That is a nice coincidence. I think that center doesn't matter too much because these are all for aesthetics anyways. I say that when I move that one and try to move that one to the exact perfect spot. There we go. Ooh, new song. Time to decide a new song. Ooh, okay, chill. Wii series music mix. Sure, let's do that. Wii music to study and relax to. And finally, you got two of these little lonely, just one line marker. And then we're gonna have to deal with the lights. The runway lights are a whole nother deal. They're gonna be quite complicated to do. We go over here now. Cornfield lane. No corn here, just plains. Just our favorite old plains. Over here. Finally, here. I like this one. All right. Now we have all of them with the scaffolding in. Marking scaffolds done. Oh, I have 225s. Oh well. All right, now let's remove all of the scaffolding, and we can see, and we'll be able to see pretty much a pretty finished runways here. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look, I'm so happy. This just makes my heart. This makes my heart flutter. Truly. This is so cool. This is so cool. Seeing this come to life now. So cool. I am loving this. Wow. Just look at it. Look at it. It's just so cool. And the 1.8 actually looks pretty centered when you look at it straight on. Here, we'll bring this back. We'll snap it to the side. There we go. You get rid of that. But man, look at this. Look, they're real. Oh, if I had a VTuber model. Just look at this. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy this is actually real. Man, this is cool. 28 markings. Before we forget, let's get our blast pads in. Luckily, we have these to align him to. I guess we'll have the roads. We'll just bring out a road like the road like that to the left. Everything you own in a box to the. Guess we start over here. Toot, 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 toot. Right. Here, we can actually use our runway line to help us. Because we know that this is already... Because we can snap it to here. remove the blast pad. Oh, that helps less than I thought it would, because it's below. That's unfortunate. We can use the road. Yeah, road markings. Oh, that actually lines up really well. That actually lines up. That shows me where the center is. That's actually perfect. Move that up. And the road lines are good. There we go. We'll still keep the roads because we still might need measurements for 60, I think. Keep the blast pad. Covering that. There we go. Right, and now we do the shift and we rotate all the way around. Covers that, covers that. And we put a blast pad here. Nice. All right. $29 blast pads. Look at it. Oh, hope that save is all right. So exited. All right. Now what we do is the little side markings for the runway. We can totally do it for this one. We don't have any taxiways we need to worry about. So let's get the, where is it? Runway shoulders, dark gray. Here's the question. Where, let me actually look this up. Runway shoulder, when are lines used? Because I actually don't know this. Okay, just checking how that works. There's Just looking at how, trying to find runway shoulder. Runway shoulder green. Airport runway shoulder green. Okay, looks like the runway shoulders. I don't think that I am going to use the stripe ones. The stripe ones are supposed to be like 45 degrees from the runway, and it does not look like we have those. So I think I am just going to use the classic dark gray shoulder. I think that is what we will do. We zoom in enough for that. Okay, dark gray shoulder. Then you have the green, let's unfavorite that. And then if you're using the green shoulder, yeah, it's still that. Okay. I mean, luckily we have it saved, so. Okay, so when we use move it, I want to see if this is too long for it. Can I delete that, please? Can I delete that net lane? Excuse me. Okay, that is not working. Let's load our blast pads. Hopefully the save worked. Do. Wait, if I just do it like this, and then I can hopefully move it into place. Yeah, I don't think that's letting me. Oh, here we go. There we go. Now, and yeah, this we move. Yeah, right there. Or do we move it under? Is that how it works? We move it under. Wait, can we undo? Shoot. Because usually with move it, you can undo things. Oops. There we go. Can we please? Can I? If I very closely zoom in, let's move away the blast pad. If I move you, no, you're gonna go on top. Okay. It's good to know. It's good to know. How wide is this shoulder? The shoulder is like some on this runway. It's actually right around 16. So, oh, okay. I see what because I think that is also around 16. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's why the runway is that wide. That is good to know. So I should add, and we actually have a shoulder. That is a built-in shoulder to the runway. So that is actually perfect. So let us go to our surfaces and we can use our replace tool. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Maybe we use our concrete. Maybe we use the taxiway concrete that we want to use, which is 15. Do, 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 do. I like how that looks. I actually really like how that looks. Let's change it to that. Yeah, have our runway. Yeah, that doesn't look as realistic, actually. I don't think. I'm just going in between a couple of different airports. JFK, Dallas. Yeah, this one has a pretty darker shoulder, so I think a lighter shoulder could work. Yeah, let's do that. I like this. You have the gray blast pad. It sort of goes onto a lighter colored extension, or we just do. We could do anything that's like similar in here because this is worn vanilla asphalt is similar. This is exactly the same. You know what? The taxiways will actually tell us more, but for now I'm gonna go with this concrete and go with this style. Yeah, I really like this, actually, having that dark contrast to it. And then maybe we actually go for gray. Maybe we go for gray blast pads. Do we go for, like, the gray ones instead? How similar are they to this? Let's put it over here. Yeah, I actually really I like this better. I like this better. Oh, that deleted both of them. Whoops. Okay, let's redo our blast pads. And I'll change this back for the thumbnail. Sorry, not for the thumbnail, for the whole time lapse. I bet this is Wii music. That's cool. Right? Do 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 do. Go around around the world, around the world, around the world, around. Right. Okay. Wait, can we snap to the side of... Okay, we can. Cool. So we don't need these roads anymore. That's really nice. Go. We can just completely remove these. That's very nice. Oh, this is the hide and seek game, like the Wii party. I think this is what this is. That's cool. Excuse me. Let's overwrite. Concrete 15, and we do this. And now we're gonna actually do... That's not what I want. Okay, got 90. Bam. Do 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 do. And last, but certainly not least, this one. Hold on. All right. There we go. Bit of an unusual look with the glass pads being a different color than the runway. But you know what? I think I wanted to replicate having like some of those stacked ones, having you know, some of them are sort of thicker so that they have, like, they aren't just like markings on the ground. They have some like a little bit of a layer to try and like catch the planes if they go too far. So I guess it sort of emulates that a little bit, and I was wanting to do that. Try to find some way to do that. So yeah. 30 shoulder. Cool. And then I think we do, now we go for our taxiways, or at least we start to go for our taxiways. So ding 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 doo doo. Okay. Or maybe we do lights. Do. Yeah, that's vague, but that's pretty dark, but you still have a guiding light for the lines. So runway approach lighting system. Like, I don't know how far apart those are. Yeah, I think lighting, I think I'll have to do some more stuff with lighting, look that up later. I think we'll do a little bit of a start on taxiways and then, yeah. So, let's see. We'll do the whole... Yep, that's what we want. Do 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 do. Right. I don't know why that disappeared, but cool. Dun, 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 dun. Oops. Oops. All right. There you go. Let's start marking some places. Okay. I don't know what the fuck this song is, but it's certainly a song. All right. So. Do, 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 do. Actually, let's, just in case, let's keep some of it. Okay, so we have this little bit of taxiway. Let's see what the shoulder is like. Okay, because these... Yeah, these unfortunately have that show up. Okay, what I think we do is, yeah, we'll use, can we use the replace tool? I don't think we can, but what I think we do is, yeah, we start like this. We start a lane. Zoom out. How do I get rid of that? It certainly looks like a net lane. It's not going away. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And then if I... I think the moral of the story is we do the actual shoulders last. I think the shoulders are gonna be the last thing we do. Because now, yeah, but now, once I have this in place, I can do ray lines long and do this. Yeah, I think eventually we'll do that, but yeah, that's where we're gonna end off for today. We finished doing all of this, and that's a lot. And I'm glad that we were able to do that. Let's see now. Am I going to be able to load Twitch is the question. No. So let's go on my phone and raid somebody there. I see we have some viewers in here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining and staying around. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a heck of a lot. Let's see. Do 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 do. Can I, hold on, There we go. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, Izumi's having her affiliate anniversary. Let's go. Let's go raid. Let's go raid Izumi. I hope you have a great time. Do 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 do. I hope you have a great Friday or whatever day it is for you, and we will see you next time. Be kind, people, and Sunday grace, tourney, but see you whenever you are here. Bye, everyone.